With tensions rising in the Middle East and oil prices surging, you might wonder, is the U.S. economy on the brink of a recession right now? The stakes have never felt higher. Despite widespread fears, economist Claudia Sahm tells Business Insider that while there are reasons to be concerned, there are no clear indicators that the U.S. is heading into a recession. This cautious optimism comes amid ongoing geopolitical tensions and economic uncertainty. Sam's view reflects a broader debate among economists who see risks, but not definitive evidence of an economic downturn at this moment. The Iran war has triggered a surge in oil prices, which Moody's Analytics reports has increased both inflation expectations and the odds of a recession in March. Chief economist Mark Zandi highlights that energy price shocks from the conflict are feeding into the cost of goods and services, amplifying inflation pressures that were already elevated after the post-COVID acceleration. This dynamic complicates efforts to stabilize the economy. Economist Liz Ann Swonk warns that the labor market remains vulnerable, with rising unemployment as a real threat. She argues that the only clear exit from the current stagflation scenario might be a deep recession. This creates a difficult balancing act for policymakers who must weigh inflation control against protecting jobs and economic growth. Iran's recent retaliatory strikes on U.S. bases in Qatar, the UAE, and Bahrain have injected significant uncertainty into global markets. According to Anadolu Agency, these attacks have alarmed economic policymakers worldwide, adding a layer of geopolitical risk that may further disrupt trade and investment flows. While the U.S. is not blamed for inflation from the war, its global reputation has already suffered due to broader trade and geopolitical concerns over the last year. Chris Martin, a senior economist at Glassdoor, points out that the current economic data does not look too bad, especially compared with the early COVID period when inflation surged dramatically. Inflation peaked in 2022 and has shown signs of stabilizing, providing some cushion against immediate recession fears. This suggests the economy might absorb some shocks from the Iran war without tipping into a full downturn. What this means for you is to stay informed but not panic. While risks from the Iran war and inflation are real, experts do not see a clear recession looming yet. Keep an eye on oil prices, job reports, and geopolitical developments. Subscribe for updates as this story evolves daily.